Hi, welcome back to the Tour de France. We're at the start of stage 13 and back with Chris Horner. And Chris, first let's talk about yesterday. An amazingly hot day. Probably, gotta be, it doesn't get much hotter than that, huh?
Yeah, that was extremely hot yesterday, all day, and you could see it was taking its toll on all the riders. Everyone's going to and from the cars all day long.
Yeah. And you were saying maybe you took a trip back to the car just to get a little rest there?
Well, yeah, we had a couple moments. We did personally, the team and I did, 100K, the first 100K on the front, 100%, trying to pull back an 18-man group that had two of the sprinters in there for the Green Points jersey, so we didn't have any choice but to ride on the front. After that, we were hitting a couple climbs and the legs were just absolutely toast, so you got to use a couple tricks of the trade. You go back, you grab some bottles, second two here or there, rest, let the legs come around, and then after that you go up and see the medical car, and I got enough damage done to my body where I got every justification to go see the medical car, but when you go see him, you get to hold on to the car while he's fixing you up. So you got to use little tricks of the trade to get through the day. Yesterday was an extremely hard day for the Davide Manlato team in general, because just chasing that group down took everything we had, and everyone was already so tired from the first real mountain stage the day before that. So yeah, a hard day for us, and I think a hard day for everybody.
Yeah. Did you guys run out of gas or just decide that Frere was far enough back that you'd go ahead and risk letting him go?
No, we didn't have to catch Frere, because you got to remember, in the group of 18, you got to catch it because you got two sprinters, and if they were, let's say, worst case scenario for us, they won first and second,
right,
well then all the other points are gone. But when Frere gets in a group of 4, best case scenario he wins, but there's still 5th place points open. So most likely no one's going to come to line with Frere that has any kind of intelligence, or they're going to at least try really hard not to. And that's what happened. Popovich wins the stage, Frere second or third. I think he was third if I'm not mistaken. So then there's still 5th place points open. So then Robbie's sprinting for 5th. But if you let a group of 18 go and they get 1st and 2nd, or they get 4th and 5th, and Robbie's getting 19th, 20th place points. So that's too big of a gap. So in hindsight, it was the best thing to do. At first I was like, wow, we're going to kill the whole team here, and then we're going to just get another sprinter in the next move, which is what happened. But the move was small enough where it wasn't a problem, because Robbie's only losing minimum points.
Okay. Another similar stage today, another transition stage as we head over to the Alps. Do you see a similar scenario with maybe another big break or a breakaway going away?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone knows the breaks are going. The break's going to go the distance. There's no doubt about it. So it's going to be like yesterday, but hopefully we avoid any sprinters being in there for our team. That's our main objective, is avoid that, and then just have a nice, easy ride. Ideally today, if you could get a group of 10, no one's in a threat for the GC, no one's in a threat for the green jersey, then it'll gain 15, 20 minutes or something, and we'll have an easy ride all day in the back, as much as easy can be under these conditions of today. So, but that's what we're hoping for. I'm sure that's what everybody's hoping for, but that's not realistic, I don't think.
Ja, das war die ich auch meine. Die hat dunkle Haare. Ah ja? Klar. Hab ich doch gesagt. Aber nicht blond. Ja, aber
pour mieux gérer leur processus métier et leur informatique. Et enfin, Intersport, partenaire officiel du Tour de France et du classement par équipe.
Voilà donc un petit peu plus de 5 km de l'arrivée maintenant, avec toujours Sylvain Chabanel en tête, Jens Sodog.
Reculez, reculez maintenant. Reculez.
Ok, alors. Joël, donne la main, donne la main. Donne la main, Joël.
97, dans une modeste équipe, il s'était révélé en gagnant le Saxon Tour. Il a gagné le Pays Basque, le Tour du Pays Basque. Il a gagné à 2 reprises le Critérium international, des victoires d'étape à la Route du Sud, au Tour de Pologne, au Tour de France. Et aujourd'hui, eh bien, Jens Voigt, après avoir gagné.
Oscar, could you just do one more in English and explain what was going on, what the conversation was in the last 500 meters?
No. He like work with you, with him. But for me not possible because it's too much work in the last kilometers and it's a little limit. Only like to spring and after, okay, good luck.
Do you, is there, if you get the jersey, is it something you, I mean, do you have aspirations to I mean, I know you're climbing well, but the time trial could be tough.
I don't know. It's better rest 30 minutes after it's possible speak another time.
¿Qué pensabas más en la posibilidad? Happy to be quiet and not really happy in the shadows.
Yeah, I suppose from this point I'm happy where I am on GC and we still have a long way to race.
Are you surprised Fournette gave up the jersey so easily?
I don't know if they gave it up easily. I think they gave it up by choice. It's a long way to go till Paris.
How does that affect your strategy? I mean, does it really matter for your
It doesn't change anything for me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your team? It's been a sprint team for so long. Do you feel like you've got the
Yeah, I
mountains?
had to re-educate them a little bit. No, certainly I don't have guys for the mountains, but you know, there's no really strong teams in the mountains this year, or not many anyways.
Yeah. How do you feel? There's a lot of talk that all of Australia's watching you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, good.
Were you surprised that there weren't many people attacking the yellow
No,
jersey?
I think everyone's pretty tired. But
It was a hot day out there.
hot day, too long.
Okay, good.
Avec 1 minute 30, 2 minutes, on avait fixé plus ou moins la limite en se disant voilà, et s'ils veulent jouer dans la course, on nous fait une équipe en plus pour contrôler la course, ça va nous faire un peu de vacances. Comme aujourd'hui d'ailleurs, c'était une bonne journée.
John, touch on for a second how much this yellow jersey meant to Floyd, to you, and this team the past couple of days.
No, I think the yellow jersey means something in Paris on the final stage, and that's always the objective since we have set it in January. So for this reason, we prefer to leave it now and to have a good strategy in the next mountain stage, also the stage of tomorrow, and then we'll see.
Speaking of strategy, was it the strategy all along to let this go today, or is that just how it developed on the road?
No, it was a strategy in the morning already in the bus. We say if in the breakaway, it's a breakaway with rider at more than 30, minutes, we can leave them go. And then we see to whom we can give the jersey. Or there is somebody dangerous, and then we regule at 25 minutes, 20 minutes, and we keep the jersey with 9 minutes. Or then if we consider that it's better to give the jersey to somebody else, we give it.
There's no question that you and Floyd and the rest of the team have been very confident coming into this year's Tour de France. How many days, though, are you comfortable sort of letting the jersey go before you really feel the need to get it back? Can you wait until the last time trial?
For me, I only need it in the podium on the 23, like I have said in January. For me, that's the objective, and what is done before, there are only some small stages.
Thank you.
No problem.
You know that there's sort of kind of risk in kind of playing with fire because a guy with a yellow jersey can have wings.
Yeah, I know, but we play with fire every day. We fix a strategy. That's the job.
Het zou iemand de rugzak geholen voor de Dunnies wil strijdstenen van Floyd. In de dopingcontrole.
Of course, if I was not confident, we'd never have taken this strategy. So we are confident since the beginning of January, and we know what we do.
Decided today, considering the
Sekunde voor het etappe en Alpe d'Huez. Simon, Alpe d'Huez.
No, it could have occurred yesterday also, but yesterday with Popovic in the breakaway, of course, you don't leave the yellow jersey to Popovic. To Perero, it's another deal. So I think that Perero, we know what are his capacity, what are his ability in the mountain. We have seen him in the Pyrenees. We know that with this kind of gap, 1:29, I think the final gap, we don't have to leave him 6 or 7 minutes, of course. But 120 to 2 minutes for me, it was something strategically possible for us in Rome.
Although he's kind of a diesel, he's usually better in the end of a big tour than he is at the beginning. It was the case last year in the tour.
Yeah, I know. He was in the team last year, so I know him very well to see what he can do also in the last time trial. No problem.
C'est un tour très différent des autres années sur la stratégie.
Let the games begin. Florida's coming.
Okay. All right, I don't have any shoes on, so I'm staying here.
All right, here. Let's come on in. Cool. Hold on. Good? Come on, no, we can all do it. Floyd, I tell you what, it looked as though you and the guys were riding a steady but comfortable tempo at the front for most of the day. But as the lead continued to grow, what decisions were you and the team making?
Yesterday, we had hoped that a breakaway would go with some guys who were 30 minutes down or so. We didn't get so lucky, so it was a hard day for everybody. I think today was less motivated people to attack, and so yeah, we were lucky that it was a small group of guys, and all of them were pretty far down. We just took it easy. Whether we catch them or not, we wanted to ride a certain speed. I think people are going to look at us to control the race no matter what happens, whether we have the lead or not. So to me, it's better to save our team. We've still got 9 days left to go.
Tactically speaking, how many days are you comfortable sort of loaning the jersey out, so to speak, even though the ultimate goal is to have it in Paris in 9 days' time?
Yeah, if I have it in Paris and I don't win any stages, that'll be fine.
Talk about the day a little bit today and how tough it really was out on the road, the longest stage of the tour with that heat.
Yeah, it was hot. I didn't see what the actual riding time was, but it was a long one, especially just riding at a slower pace. But I think everybody was happy with that. It was, I don't know. Again, I don't know what the temperature was, but it was really hot.
You've tasted 2 days in yellow. Any regrets at all in letting it go, at least for the time being?
No, not at all. Comfortable and we're confident, and I'm proud of my team.
All right, get some rest.
Thank you, guys.
Have you been learning some things by these 2 days in yellow? Is it different from wearing jersey in Paris, for instance? What is different?
The difference is just the atmosphere around the tour. There's more people, more of everything. But no, it hasn't been too stressful actually. I'm trying to stay relaxed. It's a long way to Paris, and anything can happen, so there's no reason to assume anything, but we're certainly happy that it's gone the way it has till now.
What is the D-Day in the Alps?
I'm sorry?
What will be the D-Day in the Alps?
Yeah, all three of those stages are very difficult. Three is a hard stage before the last climb.
Okay.
Thank you.
Were you surprised? Wir haben nur eine Türe, leider.
Ist auch in Ordnung, ich habe meinen Weg vergessen. Ist okay.
Mike.
Attacked.
Right in about 10 kilometers ago, none of you guys were running the show still. Was it a bench job, Rabobank, or anything?
There would be no point in attacking there. The stage was already over. Somebody had already won, and there wasn't any time bonuses left, so no, it was too flat today, and there was no point in anybody attacking there.
You felt well? You felt good on the ride today? I mean, you look pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I feel all right.
And the flats, I mean, what was the heat out there? Was that a trouble at all? I mean, what was the feeling weather-wise?
Yeah, yesterday was hot also. Doesn't bother me. Could deal with it a little bit cooler, but no, it's fine. Sunshine's good.
And you guys weren't thinking about Pereira at all?
No, you can never assume anything, but he was 30 minutes down before the stage started today, and we still have 3 hard mount stages to go. I think no matter what happens next, we have to gamble a little bit because we can't ride every day, all day. So yeah, there it is. That's our gamble.
So it suits you.
It's very different.
I hope so, yeah.
It's very different tactic than Discovery Channel the last years.
Yeah, they were always confident that they could control every day, and sometimes it works in your favor and it's easier. A lot of times it's more difficult that way, and I would rather be conservative. I don't think we need to keep the jersey every single day, and I'm happy to see Pereira get the jersey. Actually, he was an ex-teammate of mine, and he looked happy up there. It's good. Okay, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
See you
Lloyd.
tomorrow. Okay.
With Bjarne Rees, Team CSC Director. Bjarne, a much-needed shot in the arm for your team today. Just tell us what this does for your team going forward.
Well, it's important. I mean, with a victory or no victory, we were going forward and with good morale for sure. But this is of course great, and this is very important for us to have even more morale. And I mean, it just shows that the team keep pushing and keep fighting, and that's important.
You've tried to get Wout into breaks the last couple days. I mean, he's definitely sort of your go-to guy for stages like this. Fair to say?
Well, you know, you cannot tell Jens 1 or 2 times that he has to be present in a breakaway. Then of course he will be there, and he is a breakaway guy. That's his middle name. You know?
Yeah.
So now of course it's nice also for him that finally it was possible also to get some fruit out of it.
Okay. What was the conversations you were having him say in the last 5 kilometers when strategy started to come into play about who was going to work and who wasn't and those kind of things?
Well, I was not sitting behind him, so that was Galopin.
Okay.
So I was not having a conversation with him.
Okay. Was there any doubt when you heard that he had gotten into that break and they got it far enough ahead that it was clear that they were going to stay away? You must have liked your chances?
Well, I mean, the possibility was 20%.
Yeah.
Because there were 5 riders in that breakaway, you know. But you know, they all looked good and all looked pretty strong. So the possibility, was there, but you never know how it is in the end. It's after 230 kilometers. It's hard. It's difficult, and you don't know who has the best legs in the end and the best tactic.
Surprised Phonak let the jersey go, or do you think tactically that was the right move for them?
A little bit surprised, but I think it was a smart move. I mean, interesting move. And well, I don't think it changed a lot in the end, but well, I see the move. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks very much. Alain Delapin, Team CSC Director. I just want to know what the conversation was in the last 5 kilometers. Definitely strategy coming in. Jens and Oscar are talking a lot. What was going on out there?
I think Jens he has a lot of experience, and sometimes he needs just confidence. I know it's difficult because the guy of Liquigas is fast, Chavanel also, but I think Jens is strong at the end. He was the stronger of everybody, and I think he win with the power more than the tactic.
What does this mean for your team? You had a rough go for a while, then Carlos kind of turned things around. Now you get a stage win.
Yes, I think after the bad beginning of the tour, it's good news. It was good Thursday with the mountain stage, and I think now we won the stage today. We take a bonus. We took a bonus also for the team classification.
Sure.
It's still good news, and we just follow and just continue the job we have been.
Congratulations on your win today. Thanks. Hi, we're back at the Tour de France for another installment of What Do You Do? And today we're happy to be joined by Tour de France race commissaire Martin Brunn. Martin, thank you very much.
My pleasure, sir.
Very first, I just want to ask you a very simple question. Here at the Tour de France, day in, day out, what do you do?
Well, first of all, we try to solve problems, if there are. And on the other hand, we try that everybody respects the rules according to the regulations of the UCI.
Okay. When you say solve problems, what are some of the problems that you encounter out there?
Some of the problems, a small example is the other day we had the sprint with Husoft and with IJssel, which was a problem, and we had to solve that problem, and we did.
Okay. Take us through the process of solving that problem? You start out by looking at videotape or convening the judges together. Exactly, step by step. How do you go from the end of the race to someone being relegated?
Every time, if there's a mass sprint, which means the whole compact bunch, we go to the cabin, to the car, to the truck, and we are having a look at the video.
Okay.
And at that time, the 4 of us are there, and we will decide if it's okay or not.
Okay. Is it a vote? Does it have to be a majority? Is it a majority decision, or does it have to be unanimous?
It's a majority system.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the vote on Hushalt?
4-0.
4 new.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Another thing that we were talking about earlier is you weighed some bikes at the end of the stage the other day. Normally you weigh bikes at the beginning of the stage, especially on the time trials. Why were you weighing bikes after the stage the other day?
Because of course we would like to be sure that at the end everything was safe and correct and according to the rules. So that's what we did. That's why we took the first 5 riders to finish the finish line. We took them and checked them.
Okay. And everything checked out okay?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Some people wonder why the UCI doesn't want, set and puts the weight limit in there. And so I ask you that, why the weight limit? Why can't bikes be lighter than the regulation?
Well, after the world record hour of Boardman in the past, and the other guy from Scotland, the UCI changed the rules again, back to normal.
Okay.
And they decided, whoever is they, that the weight should be less than 6.8 kilogram for a bike.
Okay. So it's maybe a safety issue then? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a safety issue, but it's also a reason because of if you are having a bike with less weight, it's easier for you to climb.
Yeah. Okay. And lastly, you have one of the best seats in the house here at the Tour de France. Why don't you just tell us about where you get to watch the race from? I don't think everybody actually understands where you do your job from.
Well, we are always in a red car, and I'm changing positions every day. Today I was in the front, yesterday I was in the very back, and the day before I was just behind the bunch. So it changes every day.
Yeah. Where do you prefer? Are they all fun?
Oh, it depends. For today, it was a bit awkward in the front because of the 5 riders that came together and stayed together almost till the finish. But sometimes it's nicer to be in the mountains because of all the breaks in the bunch, right. Which is okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you
My
very
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
That's all for now from the Tour de France. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Pleasure.